Welcome to another edition of Wednesday Wanderings with Trailways Travel. Thanks for joining me today. I do apologize. I was a little under the weather last Wednesday, and so we didn't have a video for you, but we did post up some of the tours that we have. And thank you very much. We have received several new bookings for our Outer Banks of North Carolina tour. It is filling up, so if that's something you are considering, please don't wait because time is always of the essence. I do want to make one last call pitch this morning for the Stars on Ice that is in Moline, Illinois. It is your true Olympic and national champion figure skaters putting on a great show. As I said before, our seats could not be any better. Actually, if they were better, you'd be right there on the ice with them. We have the very first 3 rows of section 103, which is fairly center of the arena. So if you're interested in that, this is the last chance this week to reserve a spot for that tour. It is, I believe, on Saturday, December 18th. It is a 7 p.m. show. But if you have any other questions or need information, check the link down below or just give me a call and I'll be happy to answer any questions you might have about that. Our mystery tour, it went out on Thursday. I think they all had an absolutely wonderful time. I know there was especially one spot that was the main big hit. I'm not going to reveal quite yet. So if you know someone that went on that mystery tour, which you very well might as it was sold out, visit with them and see what they had to say about what they saw and did. But I'll reveal a little bit more next week for you. And by golly, I cannot believe Thanksgiving is so close. And of course, then that made me start thinking that, you know, what's around the corner. But Santa Claus and Christmas, so I figured I better start doing some shopping. So holly jolly, get out there if you've got someone that might be a little bit hard to buy for, or I know like myself with my mom, I like to get something she doesn't have to dust, doesn't have to take care of, and I know she's always saying she doesn't need a bunch of food. But she does love to go with us here at Trailways Travel. So a gift certificate is the perfect thing for us to provide to her. She pretty much knows she's getting it every year, so it's not going to be where I am telling what she thinks she's not getting, but whatever. So do give us a call, stop by the office. We can mail them to you. You can come in and pick them up. They can be in any denomination you want whatsoever. So always keep those in mind. It's great to have something that you don't, like I said, have to dust. Today, I decided we will talk about another upcoming tour. This is one I think will be very interesting. It is going to Oklahoma, and it is our Oklahoma Adventures and the Eclipse of the Flower Moon. So I want you to come explore the heritage of Oklahoma's early natives and their cowboys along with us. It's going to capitalize a lot on the pioneer woman, Ree Drummond, and her cooking show, and also about kind of circles around the new movie that's being released this year. It's called Killers of the Flower Moon. That was based on that novel. I guess I'm not sure that's the name of the movie, but it's based on the novel Killers of the Flower Moon. And best of all, this trip, it actually coincides with a true total lunar eclipse. So when we start out on this tour, our first day, we will make it as far as Bentonville, Arkansas. Yep, that's the home of old Sam Walton and the original Walmart. So in the morning that next day, we'll be visiting the original Walton's 5 and 10 and the museum. But the place I'm excited to go to the most is the beautiful Crystal Bridges. It's the Crystal Bridges Museum of American Art. It was actually founded in 2005 by Sam Walton's daughter, Alice. I think there's been many people who have visited Crystal Bridges. If you do a little talking, you might find someone that has been there, and I'm sure they'll tell you what a wonderful place that was to visit. Then we're going to venture on into Oklahoma yet that day. We'll stop that evening. We'll be having a dinner at the Dog Iron Ranch. That's Will Rogers' birthplace ranch. Um, so we pull up, the wagons will probably already be circled around, and all the steaks will be out there on the grill ready for us for dinner that evening. The cool part is this ranch is open only for specific group tours that night. So we pretty much have the whole run of the ranch. It is a working longhorn cattle ranch, but you can explore the ranch house, out into the barns, wherever you'd like to go visit. That is open to us for our own touring without a whole bunch of the other general public. So that's always nice. Um, we'll be having some entertainment. We'll have our own Will Rogers there. He's a humorist and a professional cowboy. He'll be telling lots of stories and doing some rope tricks, so that should be some good entertainment. And then as the evening starts to wind down, there will be a stage set up, and we will have some singers and dancers there that will be performing some of the Broadway show tunes from Oklahoma. How fitting is that? Along with some other music. But during all of that, as that sun is setting, you'll be mesmerized, because eventually, while we are there, that's when we'll be seeing that total lunar eclipse. So that's a very cool day, I think. The next day, we're off to Pawhuska, Oklahoma. Again, that's home of Ree Drummond's pioneer woman, her mercantile. The Drummond Ranch is really famous down there. We'll be actually having lunch at the mercantile and her restaurant there. I am sure it will be one of those things where you will be waddling out. I know we've gone there a few times in the past and have had dinner there. There is a spread bigger than your Thanksgiving spread when you eat there as a group. So that should be very fun, entertaining, but don't eat too much. So because we have a lot going on yet that day. From there, we're actually going to go tour the Osage Nation Museum that houses a lot of the Native American items, a lot of their dress, other artifacts. We'll be visiting the Ben Jonson Cowboy Museum. We're actually even going to have a fashion show. The Native women there will put on a fashion show for us. And then we will be doing that night a dinner. We're calling it an Osage Feast, because it'll be a true Osage Nation dinner feast. So they'll be preparing our meals for us. And then there will be a lot of music, and they'll actually do some of their native dance presentations for us that night as well. Then the next day, we'll be moving on and visiting something Oklahoma obviously is very well known for, and that is their oil. So we'll be visiting the very first oil well that was founded back in 1897 in Oklahoma. It's called the Nellie Johnstone #1, and they have it set up where you can actually witness what it would have been like to see the gushing of the oil coming out of that well. So our tour is starting to wind down. The first night we celebrated the legacy of Will Rogers and the music from the Broadway show Oklahoma, and of course that great lunar eclipse. Then we had the history and the culture of the Osage Nation. So what better way to end than some modern country music? We'll have a local band entertain us this evening with our dinner. And they'll be performing music of some of Oklahoma's native country music artists, Toby Keith, Garth Brooks, Reba McEntire, those folks like that. So that should be a great evening. Who knows, maybe you want to get out there and shake a leg or two and dance up the night as well. On our return trip back, we will overnight in Branson because it's a great stopping point. Lots to do there. We will be seeing the Hughes Brothers show. So if you've not yet seen the Hughes Brothers, they're very entertaining. And I think the fact, or the part I love the most, is it is a true family show. The Hughes Brothers, I apologize, I can't remember. I think there's between 5 and 7 of them. And they all have their families and their children all perform. So one of them, I think, has maybe 18 children. But it's a very fun, entertaining show. So it'd be a great way to put it into our tour to Oklahoma. So I hope you'll join us. This tour is priced at, I believe it's 13.25 per person, double occupancy. So considering everything that you're getting in on this tour, great price. Give me a call. Well, I'll be happy to send you a brochure. Check out the link below. But this does include 5 nights hotel, 11 different meals, and then all of the things that I talked about while discussing the tour with you. So that's all I have today, I think. I look forward to seeing you next week. Again, don't forget, those gift certificates are available and ready. Until then,